let's talk about 5 ways that you can boost your TPT sales in a short period of time to help you meet a sales goal. If you're new here, hi, I'm Lauren Fulton. I've been a TPT seller for 9 years now, which is absolutely insane to me. And for almost 6 of those years, I have been full-time TPT, left the classroom back in 2019. And I'm here to share all of my TPT tips and secrets with you because for the last 3 years, I have been helping other TPT sellers grow their businesses so that they can leave the classroom too. And in this episode, we are talking all about little things that you can do to kind of help boost your TPT income. We've all been there. We have a sales goal and maybe it's make $50 or make $20 or make $2,000 or finally hit that $5,000 or $10,000 goal for the month. Whatever your goal may be, we've all been there and we're like this close. And we really, really want to push things over the edge. Or maybe we want to challenge ourselves one month and be like, hey, you know what? This month, I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to hit this with everything that I have. Or I have a special summer vacation planned. Or I want to go on a ski trip this winter. And we're looking for little things that we can do to make little boosts to our income. Now, these are not long-term strategies. These are not things that I would utilize on a regular basis. This is like, I want to make some extra money and I want to make it fast. So a lot of these strategies involve marketing. And marketing is an incredible way to leverage your earning power on TPT. But at the very end, I'm going to be talking about some strategies that don't involve having an audience that you can utilize when you don't have an existing audience. So make sure you stick around for that because even if you do have an audience, some of these strategies can be perfectly paired with marketing strategies to kind of help get you over the edge. So let's start off with one of my tried and true favorites. And this is throwing a flash sale. Now, I'm not talking about a week-long sale. I'm not talking about multiple sales over and over and over again. This is a flash sale. This is like a 24, 48-hour special sale that's separate from the TPT site-wide sale, separate from any regular sale that you do, where you flash discount an item or a product line. And I really like to do a product line or maybe a set of bundles, something that's like higher ticket. You flash sell it for 24, 48 hours. So I've done this before with product lines where I will take a product line and say, all of my Adventurous Joes or all of my mini mysteries are going to be 20% off. And then it's going to be an additional 20% off the bundle. Or maybe I'll do a super flash sale on the bundle and say, all of the bundles in my store, not the mega bundles or anything like that, but you could even do something like all of these bundles are going to be $20. So you can go get a single grade level bundle for $20 where the normal price might be $28 or $30 or somewhere around that neighborhood. While you could certainly do a steeper discount than that, I don't recommend doing that on a regular basis. And you just need to remember that the return on your investment may not be the same. So if I discount something to $10 when it's normally $40, that might be a huge sale. And I may sell a ton of $10 bundles, but am I going to sell twice as many $10 bundles as I would sell $20 bundles? That's kind of the big question. And a lot of times the answer to that question is no. A lot of times we think like the more I discount it, the more I'm going to sell. And that's true. But am I going to make the same amount of money? And a lot of times the answer is no. You would make more money at the higher ticket price because there's no guarantee that you're going to double your sales just because you cut your price in half. But running a flash sale on a product or product line is a really great way to get in some additional sales. And you can market this anywhere. You can market this on social media. You could market this to your email list, to your Facebook group. You can market this any place where you have an existing audience. It's a tried and true staple. I've done this many times and it generally works really well. The key is to make sure that you are following up with your audience. You're not just sending one email. You're not just making one social media post, and you're doing this for a very short period of time. If people know they have to act fast because it's going to be gone, they're going to act fast. Strategy number 2 is a free gift with purchase. Now, this is a little bit harder on TPT than it is with selling on your own site, but you can do it. I did it before I ever had a Shopify store. I did it with my TPT store. You could do a Google form. You can do an opt-in. I personally chose to do an opt-in, and I had a field where they could put their order number. And I could check those order numbers if I wanted to. Honestly, I didn't. And they would just put their order number in, and then it would automatically send them the free gift with purchase because I didn't want to check all of them. But if you have a smaller audience, you could check and you could say, reply to this email with your order number. If you purchase anything from my store in the next 24 hours, I'm going to send you this for free. And so they could purchase a $1 item. They could purchase a $3 item, $5 item. They could go add a lot to their cart, whatever. You can make this as simple or as elaborate as you want. So it can be as simple as everyone who purchases one thing from my store gets this free item. You just have to send me your order number so I can confirm, or send me a screenshot of your receipt, which that one is going to take up a lot of space in your inbox, just FYI, or fill out this form when you're done and it'll send it to you, however you want to set that up. Or you could make it a little bit more complex, and this would take a little bit more time, but you could say, if you purchase $10 worth of product from my store, then you get this bigger free item, and anyone who spends $20 or $50 or whatever your threshold is or more, I'm going to send you this bundle for free, like whatever it is that you want to give them. And these would be items that are not normally free, or maybe that you've created specifically for this event, but it's like a nice little bonus and incentive where they're like, oh my gosh, this is really great, especially if you have some diehard fans or you have a lot of wish listed numbers where you know that throughout the year you've been marketing things and people have been adding items to their wish list. This is a really great way to go ahead and help them shop off that wish list and find things in your store that they've always wanted, or they've been meaning to purchase, or they've had their eye on for a little bit, and kind of go ahead and push them in that direction by giving them a free gift. I found this to be really effective during seasonal times, like for Valentine's Day or Halloween or fall or something like that. I'll say like, here, I'll give you this free fall themed gift or this free Halloween themed gift or whatever it is with any purchase that you make, because they're like, oh, I could use this tomorrow, right? They know that they could use the item straight away because it's a seasonal item. And so that really increases the value for them because they know exactly when and where and how they would use that item. And so it brings more value to the free resource. Number 3 is honestly a lot of fun, but I'm going to tell you it's definitely kind of time consuming. So this is not a strategy that you want to utilize if you're overwhelmed or don't have a lot of time or you can't manage this, but it is a super fun strategy. You could organize some rapid fire sales. So you see other businesses do this where like every hour something new goes on sale. And so you're getting people into your store like over and over and over again to go ahead and purchase things. Now, the downside to this is that they're probably not going to add multiples of anything to their cart. They're probably going to be buying like one thing at a time because they're like, well, what if I buy something else and it goes on sale in the next hour? So that's the only problem. But the good thing is like you have multiple opportunities to put something on sale that somebody's really going to like. And it's a very short window of time. So you can tell them on Saturday or on Monday or whenever it is, I'm going to be doing a rapid fire sale. And every hour I'm going to send you an email and tell you what's on sale, or every hour I'm going to post and tell you what's on sale. And so they can watch your stories super closely. They have like this much time to make a decision. That's what's so fun about it, is that it's really going to increase those impulse sales. So I would not necessarily do this as like super high ticket items, because you might find that higher ticket items just don't convert quite as well. And so I would do like a nice mixture of, $5 resources on sale for $3 right now, or you can get these $3 items for $1. And you could get super creative with this. And like at 1 o'clock, these items are $1. At 2 o'clock, these items are $2. At 3 o'clock, these items are $3. And you could get as creative as you want to, but just do a super flash sale. Now, I will tell you that I think the only way that this is going to really work for you or provide a boost for your income is if you have a really active and engaged audience, and probably on the larger side, because you're really relying on eyeballs to see these emails or these announcements on social media in a very short window of time. And so you have to have enough people who are watching, opening your emails, whatever, in order to make this worth it for you. And I would say the same thing is probably true for a lot of these strategies, that even if you have an audience, if they're not active, engaged, if you don't have a large audience, some of these things might be in vain. So be sure and weigh your time cost with this. Like if I have an email list of 2,000 people, it would probably be worth my time to do a flash 24-hour or 48-hour sale for a specific product line. Like I'm probably going to get some bites with that. I'm probably not going to put in the time to like set aside 5 or 6 hours of my day to every hour send out a new email and go into my TPT store and lower the price for something and manually adjust prices. Like that's probably just not going to be worth it. But if I have an email list of 20,000 people, then that's a different story, because if only 20% of people are opening that email within the first hour, then that's still 4,000 people opening the email each hour and seeing that flash sale before it ends. So those are some things to keep in mind, is the size of your audience, the engagement of your audience, and whether or not they typically respond to sales emails, sales marketing, any of that stuff. So if your list is already like not responding to things that you're putting out there, then I would not pick a high time investment strategy for this. Okay. Now let's talk about some strategies that you can utilize no matter the size of your audience, or even if you don't have an audience at all. One strategy you can utilize is hashtag sale. Now, I love a classic hashtag sale. Now, I don't think that hashtags technically work on TPT anymore, but it doesn't matter because you're just putting a search term. Let's say I'm going to do a 50% off bundle sale. I could do 50 math or 50 bundle. I would team up with a group of other sellers in my niche. And I think that these really do work best when they're niche related sales. I think when you get into some of these really big hashtag sales, even if it's with people in your niche, when they get really big, you really decrease your odds of being able to get seen. And so hashtag sales are really way more effective if you're doing them with a smaller group of people, but that group of people does have an audience that they can market it to. Even if you don't have an audience though, you can still utilize some marketing strategies to make this work. So there are some, I guarantee you, to get a little creative, but I guarantee you there are some Facebook groups that you can find, whether they are local Facebook groups, niche related Facebook groups, whatever. We run sales throughout the year, and you'd be surprised at how many Facebook groups do not have a no promotions rule inside their Facebook group. Like a lot of them do, and you have to be really careful, but some of them don't. So you could post about the hashtag sale in different Facebook groups and partner with other people who do have an audience. And you can run that hashtag sale where you say like, each one of us is going to take 2 of our resources that are valued at like $5. And we are going to, do a discount to like $1 or $2 or something like this. It's a really steep discount and it's usually for a short amount of time. 24, 48 hours, and everyone markets the sale. So even if you don't have an existing audience, you can find some Facebook groups that you can market it in, or you can post it on your personal Facebook page because chances are you know other teachers in your niche who might be interested in those things. But if you organize it and you're creating the graphics, then you're bringing a lot of value to the table, even if you don't have an audience. So reaching out to people and saying, hey, I'm wanting to do this sale on X date. If you're interested, I would love if you would be a part. I'm creating the graphics. I'm doing all the organization, the email marketing copy or the Instagram copy or whatever it is that they may need to make the marketing super easy for them. All you have to do is discount a resource that's valued between $3 and $5 to be $1 for the duration of the sale. And that's just made up rules. You could do whatever rules you wanted it to be for the pricing. And then you partner with maybe 10, 12 people in your niche. I love the idea of doing 10 because then if you have 10 people and everyone has 2 resources and it's a very hyper specific niche like 3rd grade math or 5th grade ELAR, then everybody that they're marketing to is going to be interested in that, and everybody shows up on the first page, which is really awesome. The more people you do it, obviously the more eyeballs are going to be on the sale because the more marketing opportunities you're going to have because you have more sellers involved. But do remember when you're choosing items for a hashtag sale that TPT is still ranking resources in terms of what they think is going to bring in the most amount of money. And so even if all of these resources have the same hashtag in the title, they're still going to be prioritizing resources that have made them historically converting the best in recent sales history. So you're still going to be competing with other sellers for a space on that first page of search results, and you still want to be on the first page of search results. Most buyers are not going to comb through 3, 4, 5, 100 pages of hashtag sale material. They're just not going to do it. And so I highly recommend, if you don't have any resources with a lot of reviews or a lot of traction, then just choose maybe 10 people to work with so that your resource can show up on the first page and get a little bit more eyes on it. This is a great way to bring in a little bit of extra income, provide a little to your week or to your month. And while I wouldn't overutilize any of these strategies, this is a great strategy to pull out maybe like once a year. And it's a great way to reach new buyers. Lastly, if you don't have an audience, or even if you do, one of the tried and true ways of helping to boost your income for the month is going through and making tweaks and changes that are going to increase your income long-term and short-term. So really going in and making sure that you have your seasonal items, especially if it's October, make sure your Halloween resources are perfectly search engine optimized. Make sure your covers are in order. Make sure your previews are in order. If you don't have any Halloween resources, create 2, 3, 5 Halloween products for your niche to really help bring more views to your store and to increase your odds of getting seen. Like, create several different seasonal resources to help boost your sales. This can really help, especially if you're a new seller, and creating more than one seasonal item can be a game changer because you may not know which keywords to target. And so you can kind of even split up like, okay, I'm on a time crunch. It's October 5th, and I really want to create something for Halloween. Rather than creating one resource and having to really watch and monitor and make sure that the SEO is perfect, you can create 3 to 5 resources for Halloween, kind of split your efforts and try one SEO strategy for one resource and one SEO strategy for another, and target different keywords to see which one is going to get you the most traction, or to kind of give you a little bit of insight into what buyers are more interested in during that season. So creating seasonal resources, making sure your seasonal resources are up to date, and making sure you have an upsell in those seasonal resources that are going to get more views and more eyes on them during that time of year can bring in a boost of sales to your store and ultimately help boost your income long term, because guess what? That season's going to come around next year too. And so it can help set you up for success for years to come. If you've utilized one of these strategies before, tell us a little bit about it in the comments, or if you're planning to utilize one of them, I would love to hear which strategy you're looking forward to utilizing the most. Again, you really want to make sure that you are using your time wisely. So if you are brand new, you have a small audience, don't come at it and try to do all 3 straight out the gate. You're probably not going to get a great return on your time investment. And so utilize some of those tried and true strategies, like organizing a little hashtag sale, or like creating some seasonal resources for your store that can really help boost your income long term. If you enjoyed this episode, let me tell you, you want to make sure you are subscribed to this channel, because next week, I'm putting on an episode called Smart TPT Trades, ways that you can trade with other sellers to save money or get more eyes on your resources. This is incredibly valuable to anyone, whether you've been selling on TPT for a long time or you're brand new and you're trying to get more eyes on your resources. Our episode next week is probably going to blow your mind. So you want to make sure that you are subscribed, turn on notifications so that you don't miss that episode, and go ahead and like this video while you're at it. And I'm going to see you right back here in the next video.